Alright, hello and welcome to our Premier League predictions video. Um, my name's Magpie66 and this is what I think. So, starting off in 20th place, we'll go with Leicester. Now, this is largely due in part to the points deduction. I think you still would have went down Leicester if they didn't get the points deduction, but it's looking like they're going to get a points deduction. They've lost the manager, they've lost their best player in Dewsbury Hall, and he was such a vital player for them. So, really, they're already coming at a disadvantage. The business, it's alright, but it's not really impressed me. The defence looks shaky, in my opinion. Wout Faes, he's not good at all. I just think I can see him struggling this season. It's nothing against Steve Cooper. I think Steve Cooper is a really good boss, but he's. Whereas when Everton got their points section, it's sort of. They got a go up there because they went on, I think it was a 3-game winning streak last season under Sean Dyche. For Leicester, I could just see them completely falling apart. Next up, we have got Southampton. I mean, this is, I'm gonna say this is biased because when they played us, but I like Russell Martin. I'm not gonna lie, he's a good manager, in my opinion. He did a decent job at Swansea. I think he's got more back and they could have been promotion contenders. But at Southampton, the squad's not there again. Their business, it's alright. Sugawara is a really good signing for them and they played really well against us on Saturday. But just question again where the goals are going to come from. Adam Armstrong, he's not a Premier League striker, and Ben Brereton Diaz, well, the less say about him, the better. And finally, my final team to go down is Brentford. Nothing against Brentford, but they were quite stagnant at last season, and they're going to lose Tony, which obviously is a big, massive loss. The replacement's been injured, and I've seen rumours linking what Vissa to Wolves. I could just see someone coming in last minute from Buemo. And it's not like got good players like Hickey and that, but they've just been stagnant over the last 12 months. I see them just slipping into a relegation battle. Now, for me, Fulham, they've done some decent business. I think Emil Smith Rowe was a really good signing for them. However, losing Adebayo and losing especially Palhinha is such a massive loss, and it'll hurt them this season defensively. Because Fulham, they've not got the goal threat, in my opinion. Jimenez is alright, and Ricardo Menez. Mm, well, at the time of recording, they've just signed Joachim Anderson, which is a really good signing. But they've not got enough, in my opinion. Look at the teams ahead of them. I think, truthfully, better quality. Now, in 16th, I've got for Ipswich. Originally had them 17th, but with signing Sammy Smodix, I think that's an incredible bit of business for them. They've got likes of Jacob Reeves, who I didn't watch the Championship last season, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. A lot of people have said this guy's the real deal. And it's just about getting that team to gel now. Because they brought in a good few players. Can they get them to gel? I think they will after a short period of time. I can also see them picking up a surprise result or two. I can see them getting a point at either Man United or Spurs. And 15th, I went for Wolves. Obviously, they've lost two good players at Wolves. And honestly, Wolves and Fulham, they can swap. But I like Gary O'Neill. I think he's a good coach. He gets the best out of teams that aren't predicted to do well. He did that at Bournemouth. I had predicted Wolves last season to go down, but they stayed up, and that's largely just due to how he sets up. They're a tough team to play against Wolves. Got a good attack with Chan. So I think for me they're going to stay comfortably 15th. Moving on to 14th, I've gone with Everton. I think Jacob Brown's a really good signing, and I'm interested to see if they get Victor Roque. Sean Dyche's team, they're not really in real much danger of relegation, in my opinion. Just need to improve on the defensive stability, and Dyche will be able to sort that out, in my opinion. He's a good coach. He's not one really to get a team relegated. I know he wheels came off at the end of Burnley, but he's a good coach. And I think, truthfully, he might stay the whole season. A lot of people are predicting it, so I can see him staying on. I think if they're going to replace him, they'll replace him at the end of the season when they're getting a new stadium. And in 13th, Forest. I really like what Forest are doing. They've got a really good front four of Borgen Gibbs White, Awone, Malanga, and Hudson-Odoi. That front four better than all these teams' front fours. And the only thing about Forest, I question, is their defence. Because they were a bit shaky last season, but Nuno's a really good manager for sorting out defence. I think he'll be able to stabilise the defence, and I expect them to look better than what people are predicting this season. I don't get why people are predicting them to go down. They've got a really good squad. Finally, in 12th, I went for. This is hit or miss for Brighton. Brighton could be anywhere from here to here. We don't know. All I know is losing Gross is a real big loss for the team. And it all depends on if the boy from Feyenoord, double check his name, Reefer, settles. I think Mineta is going to be a really good prospect for him. I was really disappointed with him. I thought he could have been generally quite something for us, but he looks impressive prospect. Ferguson, you know, Matoma, that's a I think Brighton are season they're going to be again just really it could be anywhere from literally 12th till 7th. This is our mid-table section, and to be honest, this can change. This could really go anyway, apart from one team who I don't think will drop out the top 10. But for oh, might should be there. Sorry, 11th, Palace. At least he's a big, massive loss, ain't he? And they've just lost Anderson. Gay, his future's up in the air right now, but Palace had them playing really good football at the end of last season. They've got some good players like Eze, Mateta. They've just went and signed Mada, who will be a really good sign for them, especially if they get Lacroix. Probably butchered that pronunciation, but for Wolfsburg, he'll be a massive sign for it. But this could be not as high expectation as I think other people have got them. I think for now the jury's still out because again played well last season, but can they carry that momentum? Well, they went and lost their first game to Brentford, a team who they should arguably be beaten in 8th place. This is I've been told by a few people this is quite a bold prediction. I don't think it is really. Now, funnily enough, I had Bournemouth at one point a lot higher when they had Solanke. They've lost them. Bournemouth last season were a really tough team to play. I noticed that when we played them. They were able to get results at Man U as well, and they got results against us. But they're a really good team. I really rate Ando Iraola. I think he's a top coach. And what he's doing at Bournemouth right now is really good. You've got Semenyo, Sinisterra, Evan Nelson, who I think will be a really good signing for them. And they've got Unal, who he wasn't the best last season, but I think he's going to turn quite good. I'm really thinking Bournemouth is going to be. I really want to tip them higher, but I just look at the teams above them. It's a question of can they get into that? No. The team I don't think is going to finish yellow and 10th, but I think they finish 9th is Chelsea. I've seen some well predictions for Chelsea. I've seen people put them 15th. I've seen people put them 3rd. I've went with 9th. Because at their core, Chelsea's got a really good squad. Neto, even if he's a wee bit injury prone, Nkunku, Palmer, Disasi, although we could be saying which, Gusto, James, Cucurella was really good at Euros, but I really do not rate Enzo Maresca. He is failed Parma coach and he nearly bought the league with Leicester. I think he's jumped too high a job too quickly. I think Chelsea are going to struggle at points this season. I think they've also sold some key players. AK Gallagher, who he might not be the best player Gallagher, but what he is he's a homegrown talent. Say what you want, he leads Chelsea, and they're going to miss that his leadership. And they've went and put Enzo Fernandez as vice captain, which I think is a stupid decision given what's happened recently. I think there's going to be some friction within the dressing room. I can just see it blowing up Chelsea. It's already started to do with Sterling, where he's came out and released that statement saying about his frustration about the lack of game time. Which is a real shame because I think Sterling's a really good player. And I'd love for Newcastle to sign him, but I don't think that'll happen. Anyway, in 8th place, I'm just going to say this, I don't really love it. I think he's done an alright job at Wolves. But everyone's acting out like he's this elite manager. I don't think he's much of an upgrade over David Moyes. I don't exactly think very highly of David Moyes. I mean, he's a former Sunderland manager, but they've got a really good squad. Tadibo is a brilliant signing, and that front four of Kudus, Owen, Keta, Philgood, assuming Keta doesn't get banned, that's going to be deadly. And when that clicks, they're going to be a tough team to beat. You chuck in the likes of Wan-Bissaka, Alvarez, Areola. That's a good team right there. And they could be pushing comfortably. They could end up pushing comfortably. But I just don't hate Lopetegui. I really don't. I think he was terrible at Real Madrid. Done an alright job at Wolves. Sure, he's won some trophies, but I don't know. And I'm always reluctant to put West Ham real high because this happens every few seasons. I remember when they signed Haller and everyone thought they could be, pushing really high up, but they didn't. So it's always hit and miss West Ham. Honestly, these three could all change. Apart from Chelsea, they're not finishing 10th, to be honest. Not again. In 7th place, about Villa. I think the loss of Douglas Luiz is going to hit them hard. There was a really good player there. Of course, losing the Abbeys, another big loss. But Emery's a good manager, and they've got a really good team. Again, Martinez, Watkins, got a really good spine, and I think they'll do just about enough to get Conference League. Again, good swap between those three. Palace could be an outside shout, but I think Villa are going to nick it. In 6th place, Man United. Oh, 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 I'm going to get butchered for this one by some people. But I don't think Ten Hag last season, and he's getting sacked at Christmas. Because Man United love to sack a manager around Christmas time. He did it with Solskjaer and he did it with Mourinho. Let's see him do it again. And probably get in someone like Thomas Tuchel. They bought really well. I think Deluxe a good signing. Missouri, I'm probably getting butchered at pronouncing. He's a good right back. And Euro, he's got potential to be something really good. I can't forget about Xerxes. But I look at Man United's midfield. You know, Casemiro's getting on. So a lot of fans play about Ericsson. McTominay, I love McTominay, but a lot of Man United fans just want him gone for some reason. I think it's a real shame. The boy's loyal. He's a good player, but their midfield compared to these teams, I think, is weak, and their attack. They're actually, he looked good in his first game. I'm not gonna lie, but when it comes to strikers, Hoyland's inconsistent, and Jury Sellout and Xerxes. So if he does good, fair enough. But I could just see Ten Hag getting sacked in December and get replaced by Tuchel. Fifth place. This was tough. I've swapped between these two teams consistently, but it's Castle. Six first. A lot of people are unhappy with the transfer window so far. I think we've actually brought some really smart signings. I think Kelly is going to be really good for us. He provides extra cover, particularly on the left. So we don't have to play Dan Burn at left back anymore. And I think we're bringing one or two more players, potentially a right winger, probably a centre back. I know the Gay deals off, but we've been looking at people like Sassy, who I think will be a good deal if we get across the line. And when we talk about midfield as well, Tonali's coming back. And that's going to be a big, massive win for us. I think, truthfully, though, we're just going to miss out on Europe. A Europe top four. Because I just believe teams ahead of us are slightly better. Not that we can't beat them, but I can see us miss out on Europe for Champions League for that reason. And also, I think we're going to win another cup run. I'm saying we can win maybe the Carabao Cup, maybe the FA, who knows? But I can see us winning the trophy this season. We've got a lot of good players in, like Gordon, Isak. You look at Bruno, Joelinton, Shaw, Botman when he comes back. Livermento's been really good. Nally, Willock, who hopefully he's 100% fit this season. Barnes, Murphy, who was really underrated for the amount he'd done last season. He doesn't get appreciated. Wilson, who's always a goal threat. And then Pope, of course, being back. I could see us genuinely win a cup this season. It'll be a great moment, but I don't think we get Champions League. Right, so top four time. Fourth place, ours. We've got a really good team, I think. Anja, top manager. The only problem with them is they can swap with Newcastle, let's be honest, is the consistency. Spurs are a really inconsistent team. They bottled top four last season, and question is, can they stay consistent? They've got a really good front three, especially with Solanke. And if you look at team they face Leicester with, right? Solanke, Johnson, got a little weak link there, and Son. You've got Kulusevski, you've got Timo Werner. Archie Gray, he's quite promising, Archie Gray. From what I've heard, I've not watched much from him, but I've heard a lot of good things about him. Madison, Bentancur, that back four is really solid, and Vicario is really good. The only question is, can they stay consistent? And if they can, which I believe they can, easy top four. But they can swap, and they can also swap. Who I've got third place for. Liverpool, they've got a good team, and let's see how they go 1-2 easy. I would say how they are, well strongly, which actually all are. Real Man United in 2013 when Moyes came in and finished like 7th or 8th, which I don't see it happening, especially considering like teams like Chelsea, they're going through transition. West Ham's also going through transition right now with Lopetegui. Villa's got Champions League football. Man United are still trying to work it out. We are trying to get back into, well, let's say a bit more consistent, I suppose. Especially now that we've got no European football, but then we've got likes of Tonali coming back.
So we could, in theory, again, I could change. I don't see us finishing other than third, but I see Liverpool getting there. And again, it's more so between the Tottenham, the if they're more consistent, or so they just need to sign someone Liverpool, I think. And if they can believe into what Slot's saying, they'll do fine. The only thing about Liverpool right now, and this is more of a problem for next season, is the squad's aging. Salah's getting on. So's Van Dijk. You know, Trent could be leaving. So question is, how long have they got left? I think Salah will fine this season. He done really well against Ipswich, but in the long term, I see Liverpool struggling. Zeta, it's always difficult for a manager to come in and replace someone that's been there for a long time. And if you look at again Ferguson when he left Man United, Moyes came in, struggled to get the players on side, and Slot. It's been a gamble because especially coming from the Dutch league, it's always 50-50. You've had the likes of Frank Spurs's world, Ten Hag's. But then you've also had your likes of Ronald Koeman, who he done really well at Southampton. He didn't do so well at Everton, but he done really good job at Southampton. But I think Slot's going to do fine. There's a good set of players there, but I don't see them challenging for the title. Now for our top two, is it going to be? Well, it's obvious it's going to be Man City. Arsenal for me, they're a striker away from winning the league. Pure number nine, like an Isak. Yeah, okay, Isak, hands off. Um, Calafiori is going to be a good signing, I think. Question is where they sort of fit in. 'Cause they've already got Saliba and they've already got Gabriel. They've got Timber playing on the left. You know, they can't play him on the right because they've got Ben White. So you drop out Gabriel, but Gabriel's a really solid defender. It's going to take time for Calafiori to adjust in, I think. But they don't have the goal for Arsenal compared to City. They've got City's got the best striker in the league, the best defensive midfielder in the league, arguably the best goalkeeper in the league. You could argue between him and Alisson. He's got the best midfielder in Kevin De Bruyne. They've got Rodri. They've got debatably the best centre back in Diaz. People say it's Saliba, Van Dijk. You can argue between the three. Debatably the best right back in the league with Kyle Walker. You know, they've got debatably the best young talent in Phil Foden. It's it's City's world. They're all living in it. I think Pep will probably leave at the end of the season. I don't see him staying on. He's had a job now for about what? June it'll be about 9 years, and there's nothing much more for him to do. And then it's just a question of who's the Man City going to get to replace him. Once he's just looking like Serbia, I don't think that's happening now. I'm actually kind of curious who they will get to replace him because you just don't know. I've seen rumours with Ange. I don't know. He did work at one of their clubs owned by the ownership, but I don't think that's happening. I just think right now City's in too strong a place to dethrone. Now, in saying that, should they get charged and should they get the 7 point deduction? Obviously, let's be honest, they'll obviously end up in relegation. But here's the but. I don't think it'll happen until next season. I don't. I just think it's going to get pushed back. I mean, it's been getting pushed back for so long now. It's such a big case as well. That's 115 charges. I don't think we'll get a verdict until next season. If they were to go down type six, I think they'd come back right up. It's just like a case of Juventus when they got relegated. But it's City's world, and no one right now is going to throw them. It's their league. They're going to do 5 in a row. And as good as Arsenal are, they don't have the goal threat, and that's compared to City's goal threat. Arsenal, they've got a bit of tag on wrong. Saka, Havertz is alright. Jesus, Martinelli. But compared to Haaland or compared to Foden, compared to Silva, De Bruyne, us just can't compete. Hey, that's my opinion. Please let me know your opinion. My name's Mag566, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.